guys, and long time no see. Today what we're going to be talking about is vibration and how it actually influences your manifestations. As we know from subliminals, if we are actually able to change our mindset and our beliefs through the consolidation of new thoughts, we can attract a different reality. But that's just one step. The other step is the emotion. Because as you know, everything is energy in motion. Every living thing, every living entity has a certain vibration. And this vibration is just an energy. Everything that has matter has energy. And therefore it carries a certain frequency with it as well. Now in order for you to actually manifest the life that you desire, you have to be vibrating at the same frequency as the thing you want to attract. And the reason that you're not able to attract that thing with just thoughts alone, with beliefs alone and consolidation, is simply because you have trapped emotion and trauma. And a couple of you who have actually seen my past videos know that I bang on about trauma all the time. And that's because that is the biggest impediment for you achieving what it is that you want in life. So, here we've got the vibration scale. A lot of you probably have actually seen this as well, but you might actually not have understood it. But essentially what it is when we have certain emotions, we experience it in certain frequencies. So some are really bad emotions, as we know, some are really good emotions. But it's all a process, it's all a journey. This is what no one has probably told you, is that actually we need to get really from wherever we are in life, and we need to reach a certain type of state, which is called enlightenment. This is really the state that we actually want to achieve. But in a lot of us in life are normally roughly here. So I've actually put this in red because this is the negative energy. The black is the neutral and the blue is the positive emotion that you want to attract into your life. Now, in order for us to actually attract the thing that we want in life, we have to transmute and clear essentially all of these negative emotions. Now, a couple of you might have actually seen, who are very observant, that there is one for desire. Now, desire I don't actually consider to be a bad emotion. So I just haven't put it on the new subliminal I'm going to be releasing for you in a couple of days. But all the rest of them I've actually included in this subliminal. So if you actually listen to what it does, it gets rid of all the stuck emotion, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, anger. I haven't put pride in there as well, because pride is really a symptom of overconfidence. It's a symptom of the ego when it's not running right. So it's a bit of a different issue because it's an egoic issue. It's not an emotional issue, pride, essentially. But I've included all these different emotions that you can release within the subliminal if you listen to it. Now, I'm not going to get into this today just because I want to make this a quick video. I never like making long videos, okay? It just switches people off. It always switches me off anyway. If I can keep it within 10 minutes, that's good for me. 5, even better. So let's see if we can achieve that. But essentially, if you're wondering, why is it that I have anxiety, why is it I have depression? Well, guess what? Guess what anxiety is? It's trapped fear. What is depression? It's trapped grief. Anger issues is just trapped anger. Mental health does not get much more complicated than that, guys. The brain is a simple organ, and it's very simple to understand when you know what you're talking about. So we have to transmute all these negative emotions in order for us to actually operate at a higher vibration to usher in our manifestations even quicker and even stronger. So I've actually made a subliminal to get rid of all these, and once you actually listen to it as well, you notice some profound changes. Number one is you actually feel so much more calmer, you feel so much more at peace. You also feel that you don't want to involve yourself with any drama. For whatever reason, drama becomes really unbearable, and a couple of you are probably listening to this thinking, this sounds a little bit like a spiritual awakening, a spiritual ascension. That's what it is. The whole idea of waking up and improving yourself is transmuting all the negative emotions. So you can't stand drama, you can't stand things that actually include all of these emotions. Because once we have these emotions, and we store them in the body, by the way, by and large, a little bit in the brain, but mostly in the body, we actually attract it. We attract it and we feed off it. And we desire it. Because the body subconsciously is trying to heal itself, which is why we attract to these negative, low vibrational things, whether it concerns, for example, certain movies that we want to watch, for example, horror movies, where it has a lot of fear in it. We listen to certain music, for example, has a certain mood to it, has a certain mood, a certain genre of music. And that all has to do with the amount of vibration that we have in us at that time. It's really from past events as well, past lives, that sort of thing. But essentially it's baggage. You accumulate emotional baggage, and the older you are, the more emotional baggage that you have. When you're younger, you don't have as much, which is why young people are a lot more hopeful, a lot more idealistic. And then you go through life, you get all these negative experiences happen to you, and suddenly your vibration just lowers, and your ability to manifest actually decreases as well. Which is why young people can get things really easily. That's just one of the reasons. But anyway, you have to clear all of these emotions, and once you clear them, you'll just be able to manifest instantly. And that's what happened to me. I can be thinking about something and it just comes to me straight away. It's the weirdest thing. And it can happen within 5 to 10 minutes. So you need to be vibrating at the vibration, the frequency that you want to attract into your life. It really, really is that simple. Now I'm going to be making subliminals for fear, which is anxiety, and for grief, which is depression, because those are very easy to clear. But essentially that's the reason why you get depression, that's the reason why you get anxiety, because you have a certain amount of experiences, a certain amount of memories that accumulate that are, for example, fearful, and that overspills, that creates anxiety. You have certain memories, certain experiences that are grief-laden, that becomes depression. So it's very simple, guys. Now, what you really want to get to is obviously enlightenment, peace, joy, and love. That's what we all want to achieve in this lifetime, because once we get here, life becomes effortless, life becomes easy. And I've got this thing here which is called the survival mechanism. So it's pretty much a universal law in nature that humans will be repulsed by pain and gravitate towards pleasure. That is just something that we all do. We all want things that are pleasurable. We don't like things that are painful. Which is why we like holidays, for example. It's why we like, to take vacations. It's why we like, basically, to have a good time. None of us like to be stuck in pain. None of us want to have mental or physical pain. So this aligns with this scale. And obviously as you go up, you experience more pleasure in life, you're a lot happier. And as you go down, you're much unhappier. And so your pleasure actually decreases. Now this is something that's quite interesting. When you have something, for example, that harms you, that gives you a momentary amount of pleasure, temporary amount of pleasure, and then in the long term it creates a lot of pain, the reason that we actually do this is because we're vibrating at these emotions. And that's what causes all addictions, by the way. It's the reason why you want a drink. It's the reason you want caffeine. Yes, even caffeine, it's the reason you want drugs. It's because you're trying to escape these emotions, get into this temporarily, but at the end of the day, what does it do? It just perpetuates this attachment, this suffering. All attachment is suffering, that's what the Buddha teaches. And once you get rid of all this, you get rid of all your attachment. Something as well that I want to say for those twin flames out there who are like, thinking, how can I track my twin flame, based on this knowledge and based on this frequency. Well, something I actually found that was really interesting was I listened to a grief subliminal, and grief is at 75. So it's quite low on the spectrum. It's not all the way at shame, but it is pretty low. And I started to get rid of my grief because when I was a kid, I experienced a lot of depression. And I thought, okay, I've probably still got some of that in my body somewhere, let's get it out. And anyway, in the first week of listening to this, I felt this really strong heart chakra pull. And for those of you who are not on the twin flame experience, just ignore this, okay? Because it won't make any sense. But for those of you who are on the twin flame journey, you'll understand that the heart chakra pull is because you share a chakra system with your twin. And when your twin is missing you, when your twin wants you, you'll feel that heart chakra pull. So I felt that from my divine masculine, because he was sensing the pull back to me because my vibration is raising. So if you raise your vibration, your union will be a lot quicker as well, just for those twin flames out there. But essentially, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be releasing a new series of subliminal. So I've done the chakra ones. I'm now going to be releasing the energy blockage ones for emotions, the negative emotions. Not just the trauma, because trauma is just an umbrella, okay, and the subconscious will just chip away whatever it wants. With this method, with this modality, when it comes to emotional trauma, you can actually target things and get rid of the negative vibrations that is causing certain suffering in your life, causing you to attract certain things that you don't want. And what you'll find as well is once you clear those negative emotions, you'll actually begin to attract the things that you do want, and the things that actually weren't in alignment, whether it concerns friends, for example, jobs, and even the place that you're living in, you'll actually change that because you'll no longer resonate with that, and that will fall out of your alignment. So this is just a quick video about vibration. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.